So yeah, me and Kenny just jammed a whole bunch of the beefcake characters. We just jammed a whole bunch of matches of just like the first times we were playing Marissa and Geef, and Kenny was obviously playing Geef. It's his boy. Marissa is ridiculously fun. I think she's going to be probably the character I'm going to first, even over Ken. So I'm definitely going to be messing around, and she does damage, dude. How did Kenny like Geef? I think Kenny likes Geef. You can check on his channel. He was talking about Zangief quite a bit. But Geef's damage is sort of ridiculous. Ow. In several ways. And you know what? Let me put myself down here. It's always easier. So, yeah, let me just talk about Marissa. And I'll reiterate some of the things I talked about during the brief video that I made, the compilation video of like all the stuff that's in the game. Marissa's fascinating because she probably has the most normals in the game. Characters generally in Street Fighter 6 also have a huge amount of command normals on top of their regular attacks. So the cool part is that SF6 and Marissa especially seem to have even more. And it isn't just like, you know, down forward. No, she actually has like combo routes, like light, light, medium, medium, heavy, heavy. They all do stuff. And I think they're cancelable too. She also has like back heavy. I think she also had back heavy kick, something like that. But the crazy part about it is that these moves can actually be charged, right? They can actually be held down and charged to like I think it was like a level 1 or a level 2. And some of those moves are ridiculous. It's how you can punch a character with Marissa, and then it essentially goes into a follow-up attack that's huge, right? It's that big close-up zoom, and she decks the shit out of you. That's if you do the charge up, fireball forward, heavy punch. And granted, it wasn't just normals. It was also specials. Several specials could also be charged during this stuff. Is there armor during the charge? On some things. On some things there is. Not every single thing can be properly charged on or gets armor on Marissa. But there is... This girl can also charge down HP, and I think that might have been it right there. She can charge down HP, and it's like her anti-air, right? The normal one's okay, but if you get charged down HP on like a stun situation or something, dude, the enemy goes whoop, 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 and is like flying in the air and shit. And you can actually get just a follow-up naturally without even using V-skill, right? I'm sorry, not V-skill, without even using drive gauge, which is ridiculous. I'm like, wow. So it's very cool, right? It's very, there's going to be so many routes that change depending on punish counter, that change depending on, did you charge the move and then it punish counter? Did you not? Did you hit this charge move? Does it send them flying back? There's going to be so much of that shit. I'm very excited. It feels like there's just a limitless amount of possibilities per situation, and how are you going to capitalize on it with Marissa? A lot of it takes a while to get to that point, to like actually charge. So I feel like she is going to be susceptible to drive impact quite a bit. So it'll take some time, you know? I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time. This move is fascinating because it actually goes through and has armor. And if an enemy attacks, it changes animations. That's her level 1, her bionic arm. That's just her sweep. Like, what the hell? I couldn't tell you much about Geef because I didn't play a lot of them. Any JP matches? I have a little bit of footage of JP. Beyond what, like, we normally were able to get. Does that armor beat drive impact? I don't think it does. I don't think so. But that specific scenario didn't happen all the time. So I can't specifically say. No, she is not a grappler. She is Abigail. Figuring stuff out. She is more like an Abigail, but like a normal sized Abigail. She's a brawler. She's like a juggernaut. She has a command grab, but it's really not what she does because her blocking stance, right, has a very specific limitation. And the limitation is that you can't cancel into it. She has some cancelable normals, but not a ton. But not being able to cancel into this stance is crazy. She's 6'8". That's not normal. Dude, that's like only a few inches taller than me. Dang. Oh, so stuff like that, right? Once Marissa's in the corner, she starts to get these opportunities that result in wall splats from absolutely crazy ranges. And then you can cancel that into super. Whew. Jeez, dude. How tall am I? I'm 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". She's got a pretty decent hit confirm. She can do crouching short, light, right? Crouching short into light punches. That's me trying to get the charge down HP. It's tough. But I feel like once you know where to place some of these attacks, she's going to be just ridiculous, dude. She's going to be insane. Damn. Not a lot of damage. Not a ton. That's her level 2. Ow. So I believe that was the stance cancel into command grab. Yeah, it was. So when you're in command grab, right? I'm sorry, when you're in stance, it can go to several things. It acts as an actual shield, and she pushes forward if she takes an attack. But you can also keep the stance held. And by keeping the stance held, you're allowed to go into grab, which is a unique command grab she's got. You go into an overhead or you go into a low, and the overheads and lows are pretty unsafe. And the grab is pretty quick, dude. So I feel like when she's in this state, it's kind of hard to figure out what's good. It's kind of hard. You could not backdash out of her stance. She had a recovery. It's kind of hard to figure out, like, you're really going to have to be dialed in the game and the situation to know what to do from this shit, you know? So there's that example. This was her fireball forward heavy punch. This is fireball forward HP. And if you keep it held and charged down, you'll get an extra hit after it. And it's insane, right? It's ridiculous damage. That's full charge. And that's the cool part, is that her specials are, a lot of her specials are modified from full charge. And yeah, we just confirmed it. You get 1 hit of armor. There it was. 1 hit of armor from the charges. Let's see which one I do. Yeah, I was doing fireball forward HP most likely, right? I was doing a charged fireball forward attack, which is big punch. And it does get armor. Not much, only 1 hit. Yeah, I just think she's really fun. It's a play style, and granted, I didn't play a lot of Abigail in Street Fighter V. I just see some moves that are pretty similar. But there are some characters in this build of the game, like after you play them, you know, especially JP, where it's like, I don't think I've ever played a Street Fighter character that plays like this. And Marissa was kind of the same way. Like there's just some characters that are like, this is pretty new to this series. Like, they really haven't had a character that's like this, and I think, once again, Marisa is about as close to like an Abigail type, you know? Let's use all this meter. Does she have perfect charge timing? That I really couldn't figure out. Yeah, so there was the big down HP thing. Don't know what to do after. Might be like Yashiro from KOF. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. A beginner friendly as Manon? Not really. Manon is so command grab focused because you have to get her command grabs off to do the big damage. From what the very little that we played with Manon, her normals weren't great. She didn't have like really great poking tools, even though she's like huge, even though she's got like really long limbs. It didn't feel like her normal attacks were incredibly good. She kind of had to like make her way in, but once she makes her way in, she's super damaging. And then you really got to make some good calls, you know? Like the basic advice at the start is that if you run into a Manon player, just jump. Just jump like all the time. Just take the hits, because if she grabs you, the reward she gets for grabs is insane. It's the opposite of like, oh, I'm just gonna take the grab. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not take the grab. Just get the hell out of there, you know? Until people start to really figure out the game, it's just gonna be get the hell away from her. Ow. Oof. I wish I could hear it. Play any Lily? Very, very little. Lily's normals were the opposite. Her normals were really good. She has ridiculous reach on some of her normals. Not crazy damage, but some of her specials are pretty unsafe. I played quite a bit of Cammy. That's in the, I did all of her trials. Cammy's just such a different character because they gave her so much shit. I almost want to play her, you know? I almost actually want to play Cammy. I'm like thinking of like, man, I want to do like week of some of these characters, you know? I actually want to play some of them, and the characters I would normally never play because of how different they are. And Cammy still has her base kit for sure. Spiral arrow, you know, cannon spike, like all that stuff, hooligan. She still has those things, but the way they act is different. You know, they're chargeable. She gets a ton more options off of them. Completely changes the way that you sort of approach this character. DJ is super interesting. DJ is the finesse character of the game. I don't even think that belongs to JP. I think if we're looking for like who's the character that's going to look the coolest when they duel stuff, it's probably going to be DJ. But DJ might end up becoming the best zoner. He might end up being the best zoner as a result. We'll see. We'll see how fireballs end up lining up in Street Fighter 6, you know? But he's got some insanely cool shit. It's funny, the first thing I tried with DJ was ST combos. Down MP into up kicks again. And it worked. It actually worked, you know? So in the same way that like, yeah, DJ's fireball game is quite good. The reason being, DJ's light fireball is a fake, right? He just goes, yeah, and nothing comes out. DJ's medium fireball is a pretty quick, you know, is a pretty quick sonic boom that he's always had. But DJ's heavy fireball, get this chat. DJ's heavy fireball is 1-2. He throws 2. He's like Killer Instinct Fulgore. So even on heavy, he doesn't even need to use meter for a double fireball. He doesn't. Is he still a charge character? Only some things are charge. Fireball was charge and up kicks was charge. But maximum punch or whatever the heck it is, not a charge anymore. Sobot, not a charge anymore. Ow. That kind of hurt. Some really cool shit. Yeah, they turned into hybrid charge. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I can't remember what EX Fireball did. I can't remember exactly. I couldn't tell you. No, charges are still there. I just told you that there's the two charge moves are Flash Kick as well as Fireball. Listen. So, it's cool. You know, a lot of the characters just get different tools than they've had before. A lot of different stuff than I've ever seen them have in previous games. It's quite fun just to see characters act in different ways than they ever have. JP is like Glacius in ways. Sorta. To me, the way JP can combo you from full screen is definitely Glacius-like. But I got like This dude is the Ermac of Street Fighter. And that's what I feel. I feel like he's kind of the Ermac of the game now. I think I did all of JP's trials as well, but I can't, and some of them were pretty tough, but I can't talk about them too much because we couldn't get footage of that stuff. The only trials we can get footage of was technically Cammy's. There was no information on costume unlocks, unfortunately. I asked about that. They said they didn't have any information to share. So nothing about how we get those classic costumes and stuff. We don't know yet. Yo, Metroid Dread, thanks for the 10 gift subs, dude. Did you ask about a jukebox? I don't think that's happening. I did not. I did not. If there's plans for that stuff down the line, they would have told us about it. Back HP? Yeah, that's back HP charged. So that's like, so I'll just give you a breakdown of what this combo is. Because it only uses one drive gauge. So, drive impact right here. Drive impact, this is going to be fully charged back HP into fireball forward heavy punch. I'm sorry, maybe it's fireball back. Yeah, it's fireball back heavy punch, which is this like 2-strike that launches. And it actually bounces them up. You can just be right here and do a special move. You can do the kick, you can do the punch, you can do any of that, but you can spend 1 bar of drive rush and run in with like MP and then do the jump punch. And I think if I did EX, it would wall splat. So I can get another attack after that. So there's a lot to be had there. There's quite a bit. Where's this footage from? I made it. Take on Dalsum? Hard to say. I don't really know Sim that much at all. So we didn't play him that much. Yeah, and sometimes the armor just doesn't kick in on Marisa. That was charging forward HK. Yo, Acer, thanks for the 25 bucks, dude. God damn. Let's see if I can get this combo again. Yeah, okay, so that was after drive impact. You can get a fully charged down HP, and it sends them into like a complete aerial state, like aerial flip state. Charge down HP, and they just go, whoa, and you get a ton of time to do stuff. Did I play Jamie? I specifically didn't play any of the characters from the beta. Except Ken. I tried Ken. And let me tell you guys, Ken's crazy crouch loops, Ken's overhead kick crouch loops, Ken's crazy kick combos in the corner, a lot of the combo stuff that we found from Street Fighter 6, it didn't change at all. It's all still there. It might be doing a little bit less damage. It might have been slightly less damaging, right? Maybe just a little bit. But it's hard to say because I haven't obviously played that version of Ken since, like, I don't know, fucking last year. But you can still do it. I did the crazy ass kick loops in the corner. I was like, neat, they're still here. Yeah. She's really fun. I can't wait to see what her alternate costume is going to be like. I think Marisa against zoners like Guile's going to be a hard time. To be honest with you, I think everyone's going to have a hard time against Guile. To be completely honest with you, I think everybody's gonna have a tough time against Guile. I don't think it will just be the big characters. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if Guile changed. I don't know how to do Guile loops. But we shall see, right? Yeah, JP might be able to handle Guile pretty well. Yeah, JP might be a really bad matchup. I think it might be one of those situations where Guile is probably one of the best characters in the game, but then has one fuck-awful matchup, you know? Which is interesting, which could technically make him not great. If you have that, like a really single bad matchup, suddenly the character is really not that good because the matchup's so bad. Suddenly he has like a 6-4, I'm sorry, like a 4-6 or something like that, you know? Because JP can teleport behind your head and dive kick in. Isn't that bad design? That's called classic design. That's called the way all fighting games used to be. Jesus! Oh, God! Ow. Did you find JP hard to use? At the start, yeah, but after you play him a bit, not really. He's just fun. He's really sick. I can't remember if I found a decent hit confirm with him, though. It was very... didn't get much time. Most technical character? Probably JP. Ow. Yeah, every character has the same health. Female and male characters don't change health pools now. So everyone's got the same health. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Is Zangief really that scary? So I don't have the experience of a grappler to tell you what would make them super scary or not. What I can say is that Geef's light SPD has range comparable to Street Fighter 4, which isn't like Street Fighter 2 scary, but probably the second best it's been in the entire franchise. It's pretty close. So the range on some of his throws is pretty huge. And the damage on his throws, especially on situations like punish counter, you're losing like a third of your life bar on punish counter EX SPD. A third of your life bar. But from what I remember, he doesn't have that many combos. He doesn't. He has this one attack, which is like, I think a diagonal, like medium punch where he goes poke. And it sets up for some stuff. But he really isn't like a huge, he doesn't have like crazy drive rush combos, at least not by default, at least not right now. A couple more matches. Yeah, most command grabs are pretty big, right? Most of them are pretty decent. Oh God. Oh my God. So I think that was a punish counter, right, dude? 2049, 2042. Was that a punish counter? Oh man. Oh man. Here's what's scary. Is the act of Geef mashing the shit out of SPD during block strings and shit is going to result in that kind of damage. That's what's scary. You know? Geef mashing out SPDs during like block strings, like SF4 style. result in crazy damage, because if you're whiffing like an attack, or if you're right at the start of a medium punch or something and it's just not fast enough, oh shit. Marissa's down jab is very good. Do you think World Tour will get expanded with DLCs? I believe they confirmed that. I believe the devs actually confirmed that like DLC characters will get spots in World Tour mode, similar to the other characters. So that reason alone is likely why we're not getting so many DLC characters so fast. Why it's going to take a long time to eventually get Akuma, because they're probably building a fucking cave and a special area for Akuma and all this shit. It's a lot more work, but again, you'll have a much more expansive amount of content for the DLC. And the first idea we'll get is when Rashid comes out, because he comes out pretty soon after the game. We'll know how much content that is in World Tour mode when we see Rashid. We'll get a better idea of how it's going to go. But that's going to be awesome, right? What if you have to go hunting down Akuma or some shit? He's definitely going to be selling fruit to some kid. That's going to have to happen. Almost a hit confirm, till it wasn't. Dang, that did not hit the wall. Sucks. That did, and I didn't know what to do after. Crap. God damn. Yo, Cavison, thanks for the $50, dude. My God. Casual Eyes has been a constant source of happiness in my life since 2013. Small contribution compared to others. I always know that you're loved early. I wanted to say happy birthday to Benny. Rest in peace. Oh, thank you very much, Cavison. I appreciate it, man. That means a lot, dude. Thanks for the $50 as well. 25 from Ace here. I started watching you for the FF7 content, but you turned me into fighting game fan. Keep being awesome. Thanks, dude. That's how it goes, right? You get people from other genres to jump into this one. This chat, for anybody that's watching this and you are thinking about getting into fighting games, or you're like curious, is this the Street Fighter for me? This game will have the most content of any Street Fighter game pretty much ever. Most importantly, if you're asking like when is the best time to get into a fighting game, is this the time to get into Street Fighter or a fighting game? This is actually the best time. The beginning of June when this game comes out for like a month or two is the most prime spot to become a brand new fighting game fan, because you will jump online and get other people that are just like you, that are learning how to play and have no idea what they're doing, right? And are going to learn along with you. That's insanely important. Insanely important that you get that opportunity. The longer you wait after the game's release date, the fewer those opportunities will be available. And I say this over and over again. It is crossplay. It works on every fucking system, including old gen PS4s it works on. There will be a lot of people to play with in those first couple of months. The only other time you'll get people to really show up outside of like, you know, general hardcores and the whittling audiences later on is when there's like DLC. So there'll be very infrequent moments later on when there's opportunities like, you know, and expect Street Fighter 6 Championship Edition or whatever, you know, when there's a big sale or when the game goes free to play for some reason, you know, like Street Fighter 5 has several times in the past. But those first couple of months, those first 60 days of a fighting game being out is, in my opinion, the most magical shit in this entire industry. The most magical shit in all of video games is the first like month or two of a fighting game being out. And it isn't just for me, somebody that's like into this shit and just can't wait to learn this stuff and knows all this technical all this bullshit, right? It's also going to be great for everybody else. This isn't just prime time for people that love fighting games. This is prime time for everybody. And I only can warn you that once that 60 days goes up, it's less and less, you know, it becomes less and less. Can't punish the jab. Most beginner-friendly characters? Jeez. I think Marissa will be pretty beginner friendly. Hard to say. Ken and Ryu, usually. Luke is pretty begin. Here's the funny thing is that my perspective of like Ken, Ryu, and Luke to actually be good with them, those are all footsie characters, you know? Those are all footsie characters. So I almost like would not recommend like footsie characters to people because that's some of the shit that'll take the longest to learn, right? That shit will take you years to eventually get really good at is grounded footsie characters. Characters that sort of skip that shit might be more recommended, like Kimberly. I think Kimberly might be more recommended. Maybe Honda, maybe Blanca. It's kind of hard to say. They will teach you fundamentals, but they won't teach you fundamentals in a way that is like, oh, I'm going to win every match and learn fundamentals. No, you're going to get, they're like Mishimas, you know? I mean, not nearly as bad as Mishimas, but in my opinion, they'll force you to have to learn grounded footsies, and that's a conceptual idea that'll take a long time to get good at. It's like quite a bit. Those are all footsie characters. Sure, man. If you want to tell me that Kimberly's main focus is footsies, all right. Ow. Oh, I messed up the special. Didn't have it, that's why. Is Chun-Li good and fun? Chun's hard to use. Yeah, she's pretty... Chun is kind of technical because of her stance. Interesting. It could be jumped out of. Oh. Oh. Friggin' forgot what Marissa's level 3 was. Crap. Whoa, that was weird. Interesting. Still practicing stuff. No, I know what a level 3 is, chat. I don't know what the input is. That's what I'm saying from this footage. I forgot what the heck the input for the level 3 was. That sucks. So that's what happens. If you get this thing in its sweet spot, it gets you like this counter animation and does all this weird shit. Doesn't happen there because I think it whiffed. It literally stops time, right? It literally stops time. Zangief was sitting there in the air, unable to do anything about it. Do you know that this game is more super focused since supers and EXs are separate thanks to the drive gauge? The nice part is supers being split into 3 different supers and also separate from the drive gauge gives a little bit more player individuality. It gives more opportunity for you to be like, well, I'm just going to do a bunch of level 1s. You know, that's how I get my damage. I'm going to save it up for this kill combo that uses a level 3. Like, it reminds me of Third Strike, right? Where you get multiple supers in Third Strike, but I always picked Super 1. And the reason wasn't because I wanted to do a bunch of Super 1s, which was Shinko Hadouken. No, I wanted to do a bunch of EX fireballs. And the nice part is that gauge filled up really fast. So instead of just doing Super 1, I used all my meter on EXs. There was an option there, right? There was something that I could do to play the character slightly different than what was intended. And that's what's cool about this, is that some people will set up for some crazy level 2 combo that's an install, or do a bunch of level 1s, or a lot of times you don't realize that you've been using your supers and you'll end up using your level 3 most of the time. That's important because your level 3 gets modified at lower health, right? You actually get more damage. I like that. All that really boils down to is more options as a player. More options to approach a situation. I think Kimberly's going to be at the start. I think she's going to kick everybody's ass at the start. I think Kimberly's going to be really good at the beginning of the game. If she'll be really good over time, I don't know. But she's going to be a problem early on. She's too fast. My only argument, yeah, Marissa's going to be popular with new players, but if you're charging armor all the time, you're going to get drive impacted to shit. That was cool. You're going to get drive impacted to shit. That's weird. That didn't work. But yeah, like stuff like this is straight bully shit, right? This whole sequence with Marissa is just straight bully shit. You never get to take your turn type stuff, right? Like this thing right here. This. Into run in. Into more armor from system armor. You know? Into more armor here. This is just bully shit. No punish. Good for me. Be easy, Mon. Thanks for the $10, dude. They have confirmed that some attacks will beat drive impact. Cool. That's cool. That is really cool. I was playing against Kenny. Yeah, this was our first actual matches playing like people. It was kind of hard to set up because we had each individual stations and it was like a controller and a stick, and everyone wanted to use stick. Oh my god. Has anyone tried to get 2 level 8 CPUs? Not really, because it was forbidden. We could not record footage of level 8 CPUs. That's why everyone's footage is level 7 CPUs. Yeah, these were the Cami trials. And I did all of these. Jesus, I spent like... No, I didn't spend that much time. I spent like 20 minutes doing Cami's trials. You know? 20 minutes of just figuring stuff out, and then the last few I just had to let the thing do it for themselves and just watch it. But they were very fun, right? They were actually super fun. Fortunately, none of this is edited, chat. Stuff like this. Trials are in classic controls. Yes, and I'm not too sure how to change that. If there was a way to change that. Because all I played was in classic. That was charged spiral arrow. Charged grounded spiral arrow is what that was. Yeah, here's some CPU stuff. Just for the sake of getting footage. All the moves I saw in World Tour came from the roster. Everything I saw so far came from the roster. Characters I thought felt weak. It's hard to say who feels strong or weak. Feel the fight stick would be a good investment for 6? Well, if you want to play with an arcade stick, yeah. Yeah. I mean, arcade sticks are the most fun way to play fighting games. But there's so many different ways to play fighting games now, you kind of have to, like, make that choice. You're going to go for, like, fun factor, that's the way you want to use a stick. Rare. I'm pretty happy with the launch roster because there's like 3 characters at least I want to play. And others that I wouldn't even mind trying. Man, Blanca's drive impact looks crazy. What's the reason people want to go leverless hitbox? Accuracy and efficiency. But that comes with a steep learning curve. Comes with a learning curve. Controller is also completely fine, you know? Stick do I recommend? Well, the Quanba sticks just came out, and they are all PS5 compatible. And they also have the drone in there, which is a relatively cheaper pricer point than the usual, like, $200, $300 sticks. The Jimmy Hustle. Crazy JP stuff. This is me actually trying to fight the level 7 JP CPU with never seeing the character before. It's wild and shit. He's so crazy. Oof. How hard was Luke and Ryu's level 7? Considering the little time we had, I almost spent 0 time playing the classic characters. Almost 0 time playing characters that were not the ones we hadn't seen before. Have you seen his level 2 combo? Oh, I did it. Yeah, I did one of the crazy ass level 2 combos with JP. It's very fun. Where you have to, it creates all these orbs, and you have to stagger your attack so that the next orb hits at the right time, and you essentially get this big, like, custom combo as a result. JP's got some really fun shit. Ooh. Ooh. That wasn't a punish counter, Ocho. Jesus. Should let myself get hit by this stuff since I haven't seen it before. Dang it, nothing cool. Ow, that went really far. What the hell? I believe this is the stage theme, chat. I don't think that was Honda or Marisa's theme. I think it was the stage theme. A lot of characters get a lot of target combos and a lot of command normals. Like a pretty decent chunk. Oh dear. The special can also be charged too, yeah. Yeah, DJ's hybrid now. Not everything is a charge motion. Only 2 things are charge motion from what I recall. It's just fireball and up kicks. Wow. Wow. Oh shit! What did I do? What did I do here? What was that? Huh? Cool shimmy stuff. Ow! It was actually off of the juggle. Okay. Oof. Yeah, I think DJ definitely has some sauce in this game. I think for sure. It's mostly in things like movement. You know, he's got some really cool inherent movement sauce. Interesting target combo. What the hell? That like anti-airs and pushes back down to the ground? Cool. Cool. Oh, that's why if you go to change character, the stage select is actually one screen before. So we're just staying on the same stage. That's unfortunate. I wish I got some different stages. Oh shit. Oh shit. Sim. Surviving. Wow, that's really cool. I would just shoot you straight up like that. This open hand slap. Oh, that does not actually give you a full wall splat. How weird. Cool. Cooler. Yo, Wet Worker, thanks for the prime. Damn. Back HP into nothing. That cancel window's short. Ow. Interesting start. Sim stage is really cool looking. That hurts. Oof. Interesting. Interesting. Light scoop. Damn. Damn, how is he not dead? There's a practical Geef combo, but that like back poke fist thing. The poke fist. Ow. Cool. Damn, that was a cool combo. Sim's got some weird shit. Look at this windscreen. Look at this windscreen. Scoop. Nah, in the full release, I'll not be going full freak mode. No. I'll be going, you know, normal human mode. Punch the child. Mini games, obviously. Lots of fighting box heads. Yeah, I think I fought Lee Fen. Yeah, I think we have to make a quote-unquote max character so that we can have the like the Dark Saga happen like it happened in Def Jam. We have to let that happen, you know? And you like adopt Chun-Li's style and you have to fight her disciples with Chun-Li style. So make Hogar is looking very dainty over here. I'll get you. Did you guys mention anything worthy about World Tour? They didn't mention anything. We discovered that you can essentially have relationships with certain characters, and they'll give you stuff. I gifted Chun-Li some things, and then she gave me her phone number and taught me Air Kikoken. Or Kiko Show. So she like asked me for my number. Yes, you can like date Chun-Li. It's all in my World Tour video on YouTube. I'm like, this game is going to do very well. It's gonna do very well. I feel like people are gonna try to date Jury and all she's gonna do is berate them. Right? People are gonna try to get Jury's number and she's just gonna make fun of you. Tell you how much of a freak you are. That's what I want. That's what I want. Ow. So all the different options you have from here, you can use like energy drinks to replenish your health. You can give yourself more damage, all that kind of stuff, you know? Like it's an actual RPG. You just, if you're low on health, you just use potions. So Def Jam, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. No, I'm playing in classic controls. There's only modern controls for the first mission, or the first chapter. After that, you can do whatever the heck you want. And if you go down bad streets, they punch you. It's kind of funny. And there is unique attacks. Like some of the dudes you fight do stuff that is not in the game. I'll get you. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of like vibe-ish kind of beats, you know? And you can fall off very high buildings and seemingly not die. Like very high buildings.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
It's funny. I don't think there's any fall damage. I don't think so. I don't think that does anything. So they have a fictional Street Fighter World YouTube channel, and it's called FooTube. So people like start recording you and stuff, and I think it leads to influencer. I think it leads to like side quests where people will make videos about you and shit. What they say about freaks? Info freaks. The game's even using the term freak.
I'm not a fan of strangers.
Got something to say?
Damn, she rushed me. Yeah, and this one was actually tough. They would like hit me with anything and I would get messed up. Dude, the music. Holy shit. Yeah, you just saw it. That was the special counter cancel. It's just this big zoom in thing. Or like the punish counter animation in single player. So when you're dead, you get one like revive for the cost of apparently like a bunch of experience. There it is. That's how they show punish counter in the what's it called, in the single player modes. Yeah, this is Metro City. Pretty much Capcom New York. See, these guys whoop my ass and I like die. Then you actually see a game over screen and it just repops you in some back at the default area. There's also fast travel. I only hit so many fast travel points, so it didn't really lead to much. Isn't Alex from New York? Yeah, they kind of went back on that shit, right? They kind of went back on that stuff. Where now, like, fictional New York is Metro City. Color. It's kind of just changed over time. And the thing is, like, all the Street Fighter characters are like superheroes in this world, you know? I like the main characters. Hey, Melvin. I was about to fight Melvin. Oh, shit. Is stick on this mode clunky to use? Sorta. It's better to use stick and controller, I think. Use controller to run around, and when you get into fights, you just switch to stick. And you get proper experience points, you know? You can drop those points into health and damage and things of the like. There's the skill tree, which changes depending on which character you are mastering, I think. This is the real game we're playing here. Tell your friends, hide your wife. And even the gear has stats, right? Even some of the stuff that you wear isn't just for cosmetic purposes. It has stats. Here's something I don't know what it is. Play Cute 2 can only be played online. I don't know what the heck Cute 2 is. I don't know what, but it's some online functionality thing. Or too cute. I don't know. Take this, Steve. Level 19, Steve. You take this. I absolutely love it how the locals that are actually in the area show up and watch the fight. I love that shit. I think it's so cool. Everyone starts taking pictures and stuff. Everything turns into World Star. Now, you can't punch everybody. You can only punch people that have, like, a level association in their name. They're the only ones that are, like, engageable. So you don't just rank up your personal level, you also rank up your mastery, your current character mastery. It's sellable. And then you all will probably recognize this. Ah, look at that. Second impact reference. Very cool, right? Very cool. Our Drive Impacts and Drive Russian World Tour, not at the start. I asked Capcom guys about that, and they said you pretty much have to play through a little bit, and it'll get added later. But at the start, no, you don't. There's a reason you're not seeing Drive Impact, or Drive Rush. It's essentially taught to you, I think, down the line. I put a lot of time into this thing, right? They certainly did. I wasn't ready for Capcom to essentially make an open world game. An open world RPG out of Street Fighter. But they did. Which is nuts to me. Wasn't ready for it to be that. Because why not? It's fun. Well, I thought that would be something much more low effort, you know? Capcom's never made, like, an open world city game before. They actually haven't. This is one of the first they've ever done. Yeah, you can change the day to night. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, the game absolutely is still a PS4 game, you know? And I think the majority of this mode on PS4 runs in like 30 FPS, you know? Because it's PS4 is old hardware. But for sure, that still is the case. Yeah, this actually, and I was saying this in the video, I think it looks pretty good at night. I think the game visually looks a lot better at nighttime, you know? These are the fast travel hubs. And it just turns into fucking lo-fi girl at night. It's funny.
You got a real vibe.
Like the music?
Welcome back to the stage of history.
So funny. Is this mode 30 FPS on PS5? Oh, you're looking at the PS5 version and it's not running at 30. You just have to choose performance mode. That's it. Before you start the game, just choose performance mode and it'll run in 60 on PS5. How big is the map? Pretty big, but it's limited in this demo. Yeah, in this demo, as you just saw, depending on the chapter you play, there's only so many places you can actually go to. Cops like this are like blocking off certain city streets that you can't go to. About quality mode and versus? I don't think the regular offline matches ever run below 60. Right? Offline/online matches. I think the performance mode thing only ever applies, performance versus quality, it only ever applies to World Tour. Need a new stick, recommend one. Look into the Quanba Drone 2. You're getting this game on PS5 and whatnot? Look into the Quanba Drone 2. It's a good starting stick. Damn, everyone's pissed. And I think I can't show anything beyond this. There we go. And that's it. Let's see if I got anything else, chat. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got some other stuff here. More side quest stuff. Cute. More music. Goofy stuff. Oh God, my car. Oh my God. And we're actually in Abigail's scrapyard right here. See how like only like a small chunk of the city? And yeah, certain spots over here are just blocked by, you know, blocked by cops. Am I going to exclusively grind Street Fighter 6 when it drops? I mean, I don't think there's anything else I want to play in the time frame. I might try some Diablo later on, maybe, but this is definitely a full priority. And we're going to, when this game comes out, we're going to split the time between Street Fighter, like, online matches and World Tour stuff. So, you know, I'll be progressing my World Tour mode story thing in the same streams as playing like online. So it'll be like half a stream is World Tour, half a stream is playing online, learning characters and shit. Yeah, it isn't pretty much until like later in June, third week of June, where we get more, what's it called? Where we get more things like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. Yeah, chat, that's about it. I think that's pretty much it for the footage that I got of Street Fighter 6.